All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Tonight, we're going to be talking about the Chicago Bears because I'm positive this team is about to shock the NFL world. You have a spectacular athlete in Justin Fields, who most likely is going to be your franchise quarterback for a very, very long time. But you also have a really good running back room. You have a really good wide receiver and tight end room with new additions like DJ Moore, Robert Tonyan, Chase Claypool at last year's deadline. You have a deep offensive line room, new additions like Nate Davis, last year's draft pick at left tackle Braxton Jones, this year's right tackle selection in Darnell Wright. Plus, Justin Fields in his final 11 starts, or I should say his last 11 starts, 62.9% completion. 62.9. Averaged over 250 yards per game. He had 22 total touchdowns and a passer rating of 92.2. We've seen so many flashes of Justin Fields and that arm. We know he's a crazy athlete. He ran for over 1,100 rushing yards last season as a freaking quarterback. But now he has all these weapons around him. I know there are some concerns with the defense. However, they picked up some great players. Take a look at Lions of last season. Their defense was not good. It was one of the worst defenses in the league. But Jared Goff had a crazy season. The Lions offense had a crazy successful season. If Justin Fields completes 62.9% of his passes this upcoming season, the Chicago Bears will win 10 games. They'll win 10 games. Here's the thing. He does not need to be a superstar in the pocket. Look at Cam Newton. Cam Newton had a really good year in the pocket, but for the most part, Cam Newton was better outside of the pocket, making plays happen, making things happen. So Chicago surrounds Justin Fields with playmakers in this past offseason. I'm thinking everything's going to click this next year. And it kind of does have to click because keep in mind, Ryan Poles did not draft Justin Fields. There's no more excuses. You got to win more football games, all right? You don't need to win 10 football games. You don't need to win 9 football games, but I think you need to win at least 6. So before we get any further into tonight's video, if you guys enjoy it, be sure to hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily NFL content. Bears fans, let's try and get this video to 500 likes. That would mean the absolute world to me. I know in Justin Fields' one preseason game where he went 3-3 for over 150 yards and 2 touchdowns, I know it's just preseason, but the point still stands. There are plenty of playmakers around the playmaker himself in Justin Fields. I think a lot of people try to rush these young prospects, specifically at the quarterback position. Justin Fields in his first career 14 starts was not that dude. 57.5 completion percentage, only 200 yards per game, just 11 touchdowns, a passer rating of 71.8%. But keep in mind, it was a completely different Chicago Bears roster 2 seasons ago. Even last year, it's a completely different roster. Not completely, but it's a different roster than it was last season. It's a new running back room. Khalil Herbert, Dante Foreman, rookie Rashawn Johnson, who really impressed in that last preseason game. So your running back room, you got guys who can run. You got guys who can catch. Take a look at the wide receiver room. DJ Moore, prior to this past season where he still caught 900 receiving yards, he had 3 straight 1,100 receiving seasons. Darnell Mooney, one of the more underrated wide receivers in the National Football League. Chase Claypool. If Chase Claypool is healthy, he's going to have some big-time plays with Justin Fields. But it gets a little bit deeper. Equanimeous St. Brown. The new guys, Felix Jones Jr. entering a make-or-break sophomore campaign, but enticing and intriguing rookie Tyler Scott, who I guarantee is going to have a role on the Bears this upcoming season. You got a loaded tight end room. Cole Kmet, as reliable as they come. But now you have a nice red zone blocking threats in Robert Tonyan and Mercedes Lewis coming on over from the Green Bay Packers. Your offensive line, I know the Tevin Jenkins injury for what? It's looking like 6 weeks. I know that's unideal. But at the end of the day, a healthy Bears offensive line is good, especially the future. The future for their offensive line is extremely bright. My Southern Utah fellow college grad, I graduated from Loyola, but I did go to Sioux, like Braxton Jones, Tevin Jenkins, Cody Whitehair, Nate Davis, Darnell Wright. I like their offense a lot. And like I said at the beginning of this video, I don't need Justin Fields to be this elite pocket presence. I think people are getting it twisted thinking, yeah, we need to see Justin Fields in the pocket more. I don't necessarily need to see that, i.e. Cam Newton. If Justin Fields completes 63% of balls, this Bears team is going to be really, really freaking good. Now, defensively, It's not going to be perfect. All right. It's revamped. They're revamping the defensive unit. However, they have a lot of young studs. This year's draft picks: Zach Pickens, Javon Dexter Sr. But their secondary, to me, I think is probably 3 years from now going to be one of the best secondary units in the entire National Football League. Jalen Johnson, Jaquan Brisker, Eddie Jackson, Tyreek Stevenson, the rookie who has excited and impressed in training camp and in preseason. Tyreek Stevenson is going to be a dog from week 1. Gets a little bit deeper. Kyler Gordon entering year 2. I'm expecting breakout seasons from both second-year players on the secondary in Jaquan Brisker and Kyler Gordon. I compared Jaquan Brisker a year ago to Ed Reed, and I think we're going to start to see that this upcoming season. These guys can play. The linebacker unit. I loved the additions of TJ Edwards and Tremaine Edmonds. I think these were 2 of the more sneaky linebacker moves of the entire offseason. Their defensive line still, there's talent on the defensive line. New guy coming on over from Tennessee, DeMarcus Walker, getting a little bit deeper. Hopefully some breakout players from guys like Trevis Gibson. This is another make or break season for Trevis Gibson. He's coming off, this past year was a down year, but 2 years ago, the dude was a freaking stud. He had 7 sacks, 5 forced tackles. If they can get back that Trevis Gibson, well, the defense might not be that bad. The defense really might not be that bad. So if the Chicago Bears defense can hover at least better than 20th in the league, keep in mind this was statistically the worst defense in the National Football League this past year. It is a rebuild, right? But their offense is going to be so overpowered. It is going to be so electric. There's going to be big time plays like we saw in the 2 possessions Justin Fields played in the first preseason game against the Tennessee Titans. There's going to be big play after big play. And if Justin Fields does what Justin Fields does with the new weapons, DJ Moore, a healthy Chase Claypool, a healthy Darnell Mooney, rookie Tyler Scott, the new tight end room, along with Cole Kmet, well, this Chicago Bears team's going to shock some people, all right? Like I said at the beginning of this video, the Bears, I think anything over 6 wins, I'm good to go, all right? Now, how those games go is certainly going to play a factor. Starts off, huge game. Green Bay Packers week 1, Tampa Bay week 2. Something to note is the Chicago Bears' final 4 weeks of the regular season, it's got you licking your chops. All right, so if the Bears can hang in there, they can hang in the playoff race all the way up until the final 6 or so weeks of the regular season, well, my money's on the Chicago Bears making the playoffs. All right. That's it for today. The Bears are a tricky, interesting team because if that offense is as good as we think it could be, well, they're gonna put up some points, man. So that's it for tonight. If you guys enjoyed it, be sure to hit that like button, hit that sub button. But guys, how are you feeling about the Chicago Bears offense? Let me know down below in the comment section. Give me a ranking. I'm gonna go top 10. I'm gonna go the Bears will have a top 10 offense this upcoming season. And if they do that, I think they'll make the playoffs. Peace. Thanks for watching.